Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I am Bex, this is Bea Reviews, and today we are going to be ranking the top 10 heavyweight boxers in my opinion. Now at rank number 10 we are going to go with Hughie Fury. Now I do know that Hughie had a bad weekend this weekend just gone and he lost his match. I do know that. However, I do think if he gets back in the gym and he works as hard as he has been, he is one of our young up and coming boxers, and I do think he is their future. And that brings me nicely on to number 9. Now number 9 for me is Daniel Dubois, and I also think that Daniel is going to be one of the big future heavy hitters. They, for me, my number 9 and my number 10 are the future of British boxing. So let me take you on to my rank number 8. At number 8 for me is Alexander Povetkin. After his nice win against Hughie Fury on Saturday, it puts him nicely into contention and puts him and slots him straight into my number 8. He looked quite decent on Saturday. He looked as if he was always looking for that win, and he got the points victory over Hughie Fury. So for me, that is the reason why I've put Alexander Povetkin at number 8. My rank number 7 is going to be Joseph Parker. Now Joseph Parker is coming off 2 straight wins against Alex Lepay and Alexander Flores. And that means he gets to go on in October and face Derek Chisora. I'm actually really looking forward to that fight, and that's going to be a nice little fight out. I also like Derek Chisora, so let's see what happens there. But I personally think that Joseph Parker in his way back up to fight for that title again. We will see where he goes with his career. Obviously he's an ex-title holder, so we will see what happens with Joseph Parker and Derek Chisora on October the 26th. So at rank number 6, this man needs no introduction and needs nothing said whatsoever. It is Luis Ortiz. Now Luis Ortiz for me is one of the best and the most heaviest punching. He's won the last 3 of his fights and now goes on in November the 9th to face Deontay Wilder for the title. It is expected for Deontay to win and then go and face obviously Tyson Fury. But for me, Luis Ortiz has had a wonderful career, and we will see what happens on November the 9th and see whether he shocks the world. So Luis Ortiz is my number 6 ranked. So in at number 5 is a highly underrated boxer for me, is Dillian Whyte. So Whyte obviously lost to Joshua a few years ago. He has had 10 straight wins ever since then. He's fought Chisora twice and won. He's fought Oscar Rivas. He's fought Lucas Brown. He has had a wonderful 10 win streak, and he is very, very underrated. How he has not got a title shot by now, I have absolutely no idea, but we will see what happens in Dillian's future. As to yet, it hasn't been announced for his next fight, but I'm very looking forward to seeing where Dillian Whyte goes in the future. So Dillian Whyte is my personal rank 5. So my rank number 4, and this is a difficult one for me to say, is Anthony Joshua. And the only reason Anthony Joshua is at number 4 is because obviously he's no longer a world champion. I expect him to win the rematch on December the 7th. That is in Saudi Arabia, and I'm very, very excited to see that. Hopefully he wins his title back and brings it back to the UK. Obviously he had a bad match against Andy Ruiz in the first match. I genuinely think there was something wrong with him. I don't think he was up to full strength. I don't think he was very well. He didn't look as if he really wanted the title. He didn't look as if he really wanted to be in the match, to be honest. So hopefully he's back to full strength and he's back to being the boxer that we are all used to seeing. So that match is obviously on December the 7th, and hopefully he brings that title back home. So for that reason, my rank number 4 is Anthony Joshua. And that brings me nicely on to rank number 3. Rank number 3 is the newest champion, Andy Ruiz. I personally think he was very underrated. No one expected him to win against Joshua. Nobody expected him to beat Joshua. I do think he will probably lose the titles in December, but he seems like a very genuine, nice, kind-hearted person. I've seen him on a few TV shows now, and he seems like a very nice person. But as much of a heavy hitter he is, I do think he will be outboxed come December. But for that reason, I have put Andy Ruiz, the new title holder, in rank number 3. So for my rank number 2 is going to be Deontay Wilder. Now Deontay Wilder, for me, I am not a massive fan of Deontay Wilder anyway. But for me, Deontay Wilder is a bit of a hype. He does this windmill action, which I'm not really a big fan of. He's not really a technical boxer. Obviously, he's come into the sport being from another sport. But Deontay Wilder is a very, very heavy puncher, as we saw in his previous fights. He goes on to face Luis Ortiz, and then he's expected to have the rematch against Tyson Fury. So we will see what happens there. Hopefully there's no shocks. I really want to see the rematch. But as far as Deontay Wilder goes, he's obviously been a champion for a very long time. He's defended his title for a very long time. He got the draw against Tyson Fury. I do think he would beat Joshua. In my opinion, he would beat Joshua. I don't think Joshua would be able to cope with the sheer power that Deontay Wilder holds. So Deontay Wilder for me is my number 2. And that brings me to my number 1 rank. Now, if you haven't guessed who my number 1 rank is by now, then obviously you don't watch a lot of boxing. So my number 1 rank is Tyson Fury. So I am a huge fan of Tyson Fury in and out of the ring. I do think he's a fantastic boxer. The way that he moves for his size is unbelievable. The things that he does, he stays away from opponents. He's a very technical boxer. I love the way that he boxes in the ring. I love his style. And I also like the way he builds up the matches. He's very funny to watch. I do think the build-up, for me, he's the best at building up and hyping every single match. Even the matches that we all know, unless they're banana skins, we all know he's going to win their matches. They're warm-up matches, let's face it. But Tyson Fury has a very, very nice way of making every person that he fights and every boxer he fights feel important. Like he doesn't overlook any of the people that he fights. And I'm very, very impressed with Tyson right now. Obviously, Tyson's been through a lot in his life. We've all seen it. It's all been documented. He's very, very honest. He's a very honest person. I love the fact that he's got over all that mental trauma. He's got back in the ring after losing the amount of weight that he's lost. And he gave Deontay Wilder a good go. Now, the moment for me in the last 10 years of me watching boxing, the greatest ever moment that I've ever seen watching it on TV was when Tyson Fury got up like The Undertaker and just completely was knocked out. How he got up from Deontay Wilder knocking him out honestly, it's unbelievable. The 12th round of that fight was crazy, and I cannot wait for that rematch. I actually think that Tyson Fury is stronger, quicker, and he's ready for action right now. And I think Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder in the rematch. I also think Tyson Fury beats out Anthony Joshua. And I also think he would... Honestly, Andy Ruiz wouldn't even have a chance against Tyson Fury. He wouldn't catch him, I don't think. So, for me, Tyson beats out the other 3 in the top 4 ranks. So that is why I personally think that Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight on the planet at this point in time. So that is it from me, guys. Please leave me a comment below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my top 10. Let's open a discussion. So if you like this video, please click the thumbs up, click the little bell, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.